Welcome to the next video in my tree identifying series. This video will focus on the poplars. Of the 35 species of poplars worldwide, only 6 are native to Canada. The black cottonwood, or Populus trichocarpa, is a western species found throughout most of British Columbia and western Alberta. It is a large tree, often reaching heights between 80 to 125 feet and diameters between 3 to 5 feet. The leaves are very finely toothed and average in size from 3 to 5 inches. They are dark green above and silvery green on the underside and have a rounded heart shape. The twig is moderately stout, smooth, and orangey brown. The terminal bud is about 3/4 inch long and pointed and very resinous. The lateral buds are tight to the stalk. The bark is smooth and yellowish gray when young and becomes ridged with flat tops and separated by V-shaped grooves. It is the most important broadleaf tree in British Columbia and is used for veneer and plywood, but also from the larger trees, wide, knot-free boards can be cut, which is used for furniture. Its firewood rating is only 17, as it is one of the softest of the hardwoods. The narrow-leaf cottonwood, or Populus angustifolia, is also a western species found in small patches in southern Alberta and Saskatchewan. It is the smallest of the native poplars and reaches heights of only 40 feet, with 1 foot in diameter. The leaf, as the name suggests, is narrow and 2 to 3 inches long. There are small teeth along the margin with a short stalk. The twig is slender yellowish-brown. The buds are shiny brown and moderately resinous. The lateral buds move away from the stalk. The bark is whitish or yellowish-green and slightly furrowed near the base of the mature trees. The trembling aspen, or Populus tremuloides, is probably the most common tree in Canada, reaching from coast to coast and even into the territories. It averages heights of between 40 to 60 feet and diameters of 8 to 10 inches. The leaf is where this tree gets its name, as the leaf is rounded and on long stalks. This combination makes it catch even the slightest breeze, which gives the appearance of the tree trembling. The twigs are slender, shiny, brownish-gray, and round. The lateral buds are a bit smaller and the tips curve inward. The buds are not resinous or have any distinctive smell. The bark is smooth and often white, and is often mistaken for a birch because of that. As the tree matures, the bark becomes gray and furrowed into long, flat ridges. The trembling aspen is used mostly for pulpwood, but it is also made into aspenite, or OSB. It has a firewood rating of 18. The largetooth aspen, or Populus grandidentata, is found in southeastern Canada from Manitoba border to Nova Scotia. It can reach 100 feet with a 3-foot diameter, but more commonly between 50 to 60 feet and 1 to 2 feet in diameter. The leaf is similar to that of the trembling aspen, but much larger, with larger teeth spaced further apart. The twig differs from the trembling aspen in the fact that the lateral buds are not turned inwards. The buds spiral around this stalk. The mature bark is deeply furrowed. The wood is also used for pulpwood, boxes, and matches. The balsam poplar, or Populus balsamifera, is also found coast to coast, but in less amounts, and averages 60 to 80 feet in height and 1 to 2 feet in diameter. The leaf is elongated, 3 to 5 inches long, with a narrow tip. It has small teeth on its margin. The leaf looks leathery on top. The twig has long, slender buds about 3/4 inch long. The balsam poplar gets its name from the fact that the buds are very resinous and smell like the balsam fir. The bark has deep, flat-topped ridges separated by V-shaped crevices. The wood is used for pulpwood and plywood. It has a firewood rating of only 15. The eastern cottonwood, or Populus deltoides, ranges in the deciduous forest of southern Ontario and Quebec. It has a very close relative in Manitoba and Alberta called the plains cottonwood. It reaches heights of 75 to 100 feet with 2 to 4 foot diameters. The leaf is in the shape of an equilateral triangle with medium-sized teeth along the edge. The terminal bud of the twig is 3/4 inch long and slightly resinous. The lateral buds are also sharply pointed and angle away from the stem. The bark is deeply furrowed when mature. Though not found commercially abundant, but when harvested can be used for veneer. Though not originally native to Canada, there are 3 species here quite common in Canada now and therefore worth mentioning. The Lombardy poplar, or Populus nigra, is similar to the eastern cottonwood but with angled bases. There are small teeth along the margin. The Lombardy poplar twig is light gray with pointed buds. The lateral buds are fairly tight on the stem. The Lombardy poplar bark is fairly deep furrowed and gray. The silver poplar, or Populus alba, is often mistaken for a silver maple, but there is no relation. The silver poplar leaf is dark green on top and white and hairy on the underside. The silver poplar twig is gray and hairy with small blunt buds. The silver poplar bark is white and looks like a birch tree when young, but becomes furrowed as it matures. The Carolina poplar, or Populus canadensis, is often found in city parks and is a hybrid between a Lombardy poplar and the eastern cottonwood. The Carolina poplar leaf is very similar to the eastern cottonwood with the equilateral triangle shape. It has small teeth along the margin. The Carolina poplar twig has elongated buds angling slightly away from the stalk. The Carolina poplar bark is gray, rough, and deeply furrowed. Aside from used as ornamentals, these 3 poplars have no commercial value. The firewood ratings for all the poplars range from 14 to 17. In conclusion, the poplars are found across Canada in one form or another and are one of the softest hardwoods. If harvested, their main use is for veneer, plywood, and pulpwood, though some of the larger poplars can be milled with the wood being used for furniture and boxes. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you can join me for the next video, which will look at the sycamore. See you then!